Welcome back. LolaAjisafe here. Welcome back to my channel. We are reviewing Ready to Love. This is season 9, episode 3. Finger licking good housekeeping rules. Please don't forget to like the video when you come in. If you haven't hit the subscribe button here, you are hitting the button right here. And last but not least, tell me what you think. Let's see how this season's going to be. I'm going to start like we already know. Off the top, episode 3 is the brunch. What does the brunch mean this season? The brunch means that the two sets, group A and group B, are now meeting together. A lost a man. Well, they lost 2 men. 1 man didn't show up. 1 was voted off. The dude who was like a stylist, but he looked like a drummer man. Like I'm not gonna go for him. Like, I'm sorry, we're gonna stay focused. And then episode 2, group B lost a woman. They just didn't get to know her because I thought she was a lovely young lady. So episode 3 is the 2 groups are meeting together and they're going to mix and mingle, because that stuff about bringing people in 3rd or 4th episode seemed to be a problem, because it's such a fast-paced show. A lot of people complained that they had already missed certain connections, so they got thrown into it late. So they're trying something new. Let's see how it goes. I can tell you off the top, Lamar's going to be a beep problem, but we're going to keep this going. So, and what I started off, I'm going to start off with this. First thing first, April, who I believe, is she a pharmacist? She's signed. I think she's a pharmacist. And Lamar, the problem maker. So they go, they're talking, how you doing, and then April's like, well, I just want to break into, just, dip into business. When I was last relationship. And I think when she goes into, how long was your last relationship? He's like, he becomes defensive. Why are you asking? Just all of a sudden becomes aggressive. And then in his confessional, he starts talking about, nobody care about your degree. That's not when you became aggressive with her, sir. You're already a problem starter. You're a problem starter, and I have a problem with you, because when she was just talking about what she did for a living, you're like nodding, yeah. You weren't aggressive then. You only became aggressive when she asked you how long your last relationship was. Now, did she need to ask? No, but it's getting to know someone. You didn't have to adopt the tone you adopted. So you're a problem. And I really think at this stage of the show, it's just better to remove the people who are there for a good time and not a long time, or the people who are there to get some kind of profile, to jump off on some kind of business or a book or a career. Get them, remove them. Lamar, you need to go. Okay, you've got nothing to offer anybody because you're too old to behave in the way you're behaving. And I'm not impressed. I'm not even going to waste any smoke trying to say nothing. I just think you're too old. Like, this is season 10. Like, find something else to do to get popular. Go get a single. I don't know. Go to MySpace. Do something. Don't come here to Ready to Love, where some people actually might be trying to get to meet someone, or at least they're trying to pop off in a more respectable manner. You're just trying to be a stirrer, and I'm not impressed. So first group date of the season, we have Alexis Cashapp from group A, and then Alonso and Jonathan are from group B. Gentlemen from group B, they have a group date. I believe they were bowling, and the girls won. I'm like, yay, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, they kind of pair off just to kind of figure out who's who. And funny enough, Cashapp and Johnny Boy didn't really click. Johnny seems to be a real easygoing fella, but it just seemed, and of course it's editing, but it just seemed like they were just watching the paint dry. Like, I think he asked a question and they're just kind of staring at each other. And then Cashapp didn't really mesh with Alonso either. The next group date, is Lamar, Vanessa, Patrice, William. And so this is Troublemaker, who is group 2, Vanessa, of course, group 2, Patrice, group 2, William, group 1. William was, seemed like a nice guy, but let's see. But anyway, so he's doing a group 1 there. And I think they had it was meant to be like some kind of painting experience. It wasn't like a sip and paint thing, but it was a painting thing. And immediately, Lamar is moving the energy into a different direction, and he does admit that he's testing them. I just want to throw up the throw up emoji because I don't really want to talk about him. I'm tired. I'm tired. This is somebody's father. I don't know if he has any kids, but he's old. This old man doesn't need to be behaving like this. He should know better. He reminds me of how many seasons ago was that French guy who kept doing the same thing. Everything was leading to, you know, sex this, sex that. Brad doing the same thing. Like, if you study the seasons, you see that Fabian did not last long. So my guy, just come and be going. Let me use Nigerian English for you. Come and be going. I don't have the energy for you as it is. Anyway, one connect from this was William and Patrice. I think he kind of liked the idea that she was, you know, she had driving skill or driving ability. So they clicked. Patrice also met up with Laurent. I believe he invited her on for like a separate date. But I noticed how they stacked his plate with that fried catfish or whatever kind of fish it was. It was like that was like a family size meal they gave him. That's why he couldn't focus on her, because he's asking himself how he's going to eat everything. And then he's got this, or he's selling this reputation that he goes out Wednesday through Sunday. Why is he here? He said he's looking for the right person and then he would give that up. I beg to differ. I think you should already be in the moves of giving it up and not looking for somebody to make you give it up, because then you're going to struggle. But if it's something that comes from your desire, then it's something you should already curbed already. I don't know who cleared this guy. I don't know who the producers vetting some of these candidates. So anyway, they get talking because apparently Nephew Tommy has given them, the gentleman, the theme of the week is quality time. Everybody's love languages, percentages kind of differ. And quality time, I think more importantly, I think it's important to everybody, but it means different things to everybody. Some people might require more and some might require less. And so that's where the conversation occurs, where you guys mesh. And so, of course, Patrice says, so she's busy, she knows, but the fact that he seemed to be paying more attention to his fish was becoming an issue for her. And surprisingly, they didn't mesh. Well, I shouldn't say surprisingly, because Guy was just focused on that fish, so I get it. But Patrice is so easygoing, so it seems that Laurent has only been able to mesh properly with, what's this lady's name? Roshiba or Koshia. So Laurent, and that he only meshed with Koshia because Koshia made an intent or intentional act to bring him out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Laurent plays this out, but if he's going to require someone to always kind of tease him out of his shell, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Next date's one-on-one was April, who's the pharmacist, with Johnny Boy, who is Jonathan, Nigerian descent, family business. And Jonathan, from my, observation so far, is a fun guy. But yeah, the date it started off okay. When I noticed that April with less makeup looks much better, because sometimes painting those wall colors don't always go nicely, but she looks so much nicer with just a light beat, much nicer. But she seemed to be focused on the same conversation she had been having with him at the mixer, when they've been trying to tease out whether he still wants his baby mama or not. And I think I've told you all from this day one, stop asking about the other people, but focus on yourself. This is a game show. Focus on yourself. In real life, that might be something you might want to tease out, but right now this is a game show. You try and have the odds in your favor, and you consistently pursuing that talking point. It just makes me wonder, okay, why? You're not even giving him a chance to say who he is, show you who he is before you start trying to assault him with the same baby mother questions. So already she turned him off with that. I didn't see how she made any effort to kind of get to know this gentleman. So we already know April's in trouble because she had beef with Lamar. Now she had beef. Well, not she had beef with Lamar, but now she's had uncomfortable, space with Johnny Boy. we already know what's happening here. It's looking predictable. Tommy's lounge, of course, Patrice was on top of the leaderboard. We're not surprised by that. Of course, bottom, April and Koshia. Okay. So we have the elimination dates. Now we haven't quite determined if you volunteer or you get, assigned, particularly in the beginning. But Lamar, being the beep that he is, decided he want to show April. Now April, you're a smart young lady, but like you saw him on a date, you should already know this elimination date, sis, because y'all did not hit off the last time. He was rude, and he's cocky enough not to go back and just figured that he had done something wrong. So when you saw him in front of you, you should have known this was elimination dates. Or maybe you didn't, you're just playing it cool. Girl, I don't know. Same time, Koshia meets up with Alonso, and apparently at that time they haven't shown us that the reason why Koshia and Alonso didn't get together was because he had mentioned something about being choked or spanked, and she had reiterated him that he went too far, that she felt he went too far. But my thing is, if he actually did say that, Tommy, I don't know what you people are going to do, but if he really did say that, that's inappropriate. He shouldn't be sitting across the table from her, putting her at the risk of elimination, if he really said that. And he's trying to save face that didn't really have a sexual connotation. What? Anyway, she set up her boundaries and said, you know what, you bring that up again, this date's over. He had enough time to say, well, the guys still want you to stay, but still trying to clean it up. She had warned him, if this is not addressed the very beginning of the next episode, there's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. And Tommy, there's a problem. Because then you're now exposing these women to all sorts of elements, unnecessary elements that they shouldn't be exposed to. This is unnecessary. Whether it was the fun guy, whether it was cracking jokes, she didn't find it amusing. She didn't find it appropriate enough where the initial cut did not include him saying that. Why has Tommy not gotten wind of this? That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't just be oh no, his cameramen recording. When cameramen are recording, producers are present. Producers should have gone back to Tommy and let him know that this guy said XYZ. Even with Lamar, when Lamar brought up that inappropriate, immediately this stuff, because anytime a camera is rolling, there's a producer close by. That producer's responsibility to inform Tommy that some of the men are misbehaving. And likewise, if a woman's misbehaving, then it needs to get back to Tommy too. But just to leave them until they now have to reveal it at the lounge, no. Producer he should have had a heads up and pull them to the side. You can pull the camera and while he's putting them to the side, but don't just leave those women exposed, unprotected, because you're the ones who vetted these guys for these women, and now they're left in an unsafe environment. How are they meant to open up and say, oh, I'm finding the one? No, you're not. Now you're talking about, yeah, I've got my Second Amendment right. I'm armed to protect myself, because you best believe that. Okay, you're not gonna get me going with episode 3. But yeah, he tried to bring her up again. She walked out and left. This is episode 3, and so they have sent April home. I'm gonna need Lamar to go next week. That's all I have to. I have nothing else to say to you people, but Lamar needs to go. I'm sick of this. And if Alonso is not misbehaving properly, he needs to go too. Let's just know who's serious and then give them more time. It's just simple as that. And here we are at the end of episode 3. I have controlled myself, because I'm not going to waste my energy on Lamar, but he just needs to go. If we're going to learn anything, he needs to go. Because the only thing here we've learned right now is, that's, once again, we're still having a bunch of gentlemen that are coming in, have been vetted, but they're not serious. But guys, here we look, end of episode 3. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Lola, over and out.